This is the Artist Entrepreneur Podcast. We are your hosts, Amanda Ritchie, Noah Dock, and me, Carrie Wee. We're three artists brought together by the love of circus and dance. Amanda from the world of Cirque du Soleil as an aerial soloist. Noah, our academic, and me from the commercial dance world. This is one of the greatest jobs in the world, but it comes with uncertainty. Each episode contains insight on how to pursue art-based businesses. We'll have a variety of guests and have lively weekly Discord. Tune in every week to hear our perspectives on the minefield that is the artist's way of life. Oh, hey.
Hey, girl, hey.
Oh, my God. Here we are again. You said you want to do a second one, and this fast. Look at my customer service / quickness.
I'm just so funny because I felt like the story of Le Rev was incomplete, but like, I don't know if we needed a whole other podcast for this. We could be done in 5 minutes.
No, because you don't know that I'm going to ask you a bunch of other questions about being an artist entrepreneur, like the title of this podcast. Okay, because I have to tell you that in the first season of this podcast, my co-hosts were available every week. Mm-hmm. And then those assholes are so busy. And so the producer, Carrie, so a lot of times I've been like, just getting great interviews here and there. But I was like, you know what? Diva Dari said she wanted to come back, and I have the best time talking to her. You could be like the sub co-host.
Yeah. I'll be here when the next time you interview someone else, just like peeking in, giving in my 2 cents.
Because Noah and Amanda are very busy, and I am also busy, but I'm the one responsible for making sure that there's content on this feed. So here we are. Okay, so Darielle Williams, I call her Diva Dari, so does the rest of the world. And she was just on, if you guys missed it, it was 2 weeks ago, 2 episodes ago. And we talked about her flying for Beyonce. We talked about her flying for Le Rev. We talked about her advice was to, what was it? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Which I have a hard time doing these days, but the is more for me than it is for everyone.
No, it's really challenging. Although I trained last night, we should all be proud.
Yay! Good for you.
My students are like, "That's what it should look like. You should do it more often." I was like, "You're probably right."
Probably.
Probably. I mean, I get it.
I think I told you this last time, but I have just been vacationing a lot, and so I'm back, and I'm trying to get myself in gear, and it is hard. It's rough out there. You too?
I just saw you. You posted on story that you're back out yourself in your backyard. It looks tranquil and beautiful.
And we're having really good weather right now, so I'm using that as motivation to get outside, get training, because I am weak. And we take for granted all of the strength that we have as aerialists. We take it for granted until you lose it, and then you're like, "Oh my God, how did I do this before?"
Well, it's not just the strength to me sometimes. I don't even want to use the word fearlessness, but if there's a trick I haven't done for a while, I have to work back up to it, not even strength-wise, but just like bravery. Absolutely. Maybe.
Which I was doing today because I went to train at JJ's, Jerry's.
Yes.
And I stayed for open gym. And so luckily there were people in the room. I was like, I'm just going to try the tricks I haven't done in a while, since I have witnesses here to support me and to make sure I'm safe and all the things, because it was scary doing some of those drops again.
What were you dropping today?
I wanted to work on, I kind of nerded out on wheel down specific and star specific moves. So those are kind of easier. But there was also like, do you know that hip key drop where you kind of make a loop? You hip key, you make a loop, and then you just slack drop down.
Yeah, it's like a salto base. It's like salto, a basic salto.
Yeah. Like I had to kind of like get my nerves up for that. Like this big slack drop. Like, okay, here we go.
She's giving me a shimmy with the shoulders. Shimmy. Listen, that one is so hard for me because of my hands aren't that big. Mm-hmm. and you have to take the whole tail to the whole pole. And like, I'm like gripping on for my dear life.
I'll give you a little life hack for that one.
You just pull your bicep in.
No, I don't do that. I don't
hold
do
it
that,
with your
no.
body.
I want to make a big loop, so I do a full arm's length. But instead of grabbing onto both poles, just grab onto one pole. So you're holding onto 3 stilts instead of 4.
If you can find it, if you can separate it.
I'm at the top anyway.
Yeah. Oh, you are trying to do it. See, I'm like doing the short armed version where I have it in my chest, and she's like fully extended at the top.
It's actually more uncomfortable to make it a small drop. I find that it's annoying. Like I have to do too much work to make it small.
For this little tiny drop.
And so I'm like, just take me to the top. I'll just slack it.
Take me to that's what I want to start singing when you say that. See, this is why I said get Diva Dari on here. My other co-host can't be here. We'll just talk smack about our aerial practice. So wait, no, now I need to go and try to do that one since it's now top of mind. You know, the other one that I have to work up my bravery for, which is so silly because it's closed, is the same base wrap, but like it's a secretary coffin drop where you're like in the secretary, like you get your leg in and you're like between the poles and then you push it out and you're like a big coffin.
Drop, like face first to the floor and then.
No, it's not face first. It's belly up. Actually,
you're belly up, but then don't you drop out of it?
So if you salto out of it, but if you just like plank it back, you just go land belly up, drop belly up, land belly up. And I like that version. And every single time I go to train, I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. And then I'm like, no, I don't want to try
Right, so you do drop belly. Wait, you drop belly up, land belly up.
Yeah, I'm going to I'll send you a video of me doing this years ago, which is probably the last time I did it.
I'm the one you drop belly down, land belly up. Yeah,
but
okay. It is scary either way. I do know what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, it's a plank drop and like you're getting rid of all the slack. I am like getting my beginner 2s. They've been in for about a year and they're doing a double star at the big end of their big act. And one of them, he's so strong. He does rock climbing, like wall climbing as well. But his air awareness is what I get scared of because he's like a 40-year-old man. Every time he drops, he goes, he like yelps a little bit or like just screams a little bit. Yeah. And I'm like, I really need your like nervous system to come online. You know what I'm saying? You're scaring me. You're scaring me. And so they keep on training it. I'm like getting them to train it for endurance, train it for like their nervous system before I give them all of the point your toes. You guys, like, can we remember these things? Because you look like a bunch of cockroaches up there with legs and arms. Hold on. What, Bean? Yes, of course. So anyways, yeah, good. So go. Get it out. She has to announce her. She's always announced herself when she has to poo. That's so cute. Mommy, I
don't
can poo.
Embarrass her like that.
Okay,
don't talk about her poo.
Listen. No, but listen, we talk about poo on this podcast all the time too. The other one more than this one.
I got married a little over a year ago. And my father, who's a very shy man and did not want to do any public speaking, put on a brave face and went out there and made a speech at my wedding. And 90% of that speech was about potty training me and wiping my ass. Why did he choose my wedding day to announce this to the world?
Oh, by the way, good on cue. I have to go check a button, make sure it's clean. Hold, please. Fake out. It's really, really funny that you say that because during my wedding, which was not for this marriage that I'm in, my dad gave the speech and he was like, back when Carrie was suffering from diarrhea. What's up with these dads?
Only thing that they feel brave enough to talk about.
And like my friends look at me, they're like, oh my God. Okay, now I gotta wipe a butt. I have so much fun with you, Diva Dari. You know, you keep on saying that we have barely spent any time talking, but I don't feel that way. Like, I feel like I've known you forever.
It's very easy to talk to you. Yeah.
So easy. So easy. We had all of our talk about culture appropriation last time. We had a good time. You know what I'm saying? Okay, wait. I'm going to ask you your first piece of advice.
Already? Damn.
Okay, wait. No. Go back to Le Rev and tell us about this act that you forgot about because you were telling me on the text, you're like, I have to tell you this story, and I
It's for
forgot.
posterity. It's for if we're going to talk about my life on the internet, we may as well tell the whole story.
Yeah, no, you have to tell the whole story. So this is going to be part 2 of that, by the way. So the people aren't going to know there's a continuation.
Right. So last time I talked about not quite making it through this fair act that I was hired for, and then having to find other things in the show that I would be good at or whatever. And we talked about the Gross Bertha, which was the big chair and table piece that flips around and around and around.
Yes.
We talked about the high dive that I learned at the show, which was awesome.
Oh my God.
But there were a couple other things that I got to do as solos besides all the other generalist things with everyone else, which were, one was Angel Baby, which was a hammock piece in the show, and not like a full hammock piece. This is a moment. It's like a moment in the show that you get to, like, you're underneath the skirt of an angel. There's a girl in a harness with a long skirt, and the hammock takes up the entire length of the inside of that skirt, and then you're just underneath the edge of the hem of the skirt. The bottom of the hammock peeks through like a baby being born. That's why it's called Angel Baby. This show used to be.
Do you have film of any of these?
Of course, yeah. And I'm gonna post it like in a week because it's already my 10-year anniversary of leaving. And yeah, and I used to do like a little wheel down in place, a little neck hang, get out event. It used to be like, normally you'd do like a one arm hang at the end of whatever your choreography is, and you would just dive into the water right after. My coach was obsessed with my neck hang and was just like, can you do a neck hang drop? And I'm like, what? I didn't believe him at first. I thought he was kidding, but he meant it. He meant that shit.
So you're just in a neck hang in the bottom of the sling, and then you bring your chin down and you come out of it.
Fall on purpose.
Okay, that feels crazy. How long are you falling?
Not long. That one is not like a high dive height. It was maybe 20 feet or something.
That's still 20 feet. And you're coming out of it blind because you're coming out of
yeah. You come out to like a neutral spine, which is a good place to have your head for a high dive anyway. So it's just hilarious that was a thing.
Was that scary?
It was at first, but then it was just kind of, it hurts your ears. Like the hammock is tight, and then you like flip your head up.
Oh, right. You're ripping your head. You're ripping your ears out.
Sides, you're like, oh, damn. Which is really funny. And then the last piece I wanted to talk about was my chair act. So I did aerial chair in the show, which I also had a neck hang in that. So if I had both Angel Baby and chair on the same days, I would have to do the one arm drop on the hammock so that I can neck hang in the chair. So I wasn't doing 2 neck hangs in the show, which is really funny. But yeah, the history of the chair is also interesting. I wrote a blog about this during pandemic, and I've since taken it offline because of everything being really crazy right now.
Crazy in what way?
Like politically, everything's very crazy, and I noticed that blog in particular, even though it's been up since 2021 or something like that, it's heavily trafficked, and I was starting to get a little suspicious about why it was being trafficked so much. So I just.
But how could it be political?
Well, I'm about to talk about it. It's about race, and
okay.
And we live in a crazy world. And I was about to do a lot of traveling, and I just didn't want to be held up in the airport for any reason.
Right. You just
don't know nowadays. And so I'm like, let me just not look like I don't know, some kind of political something, and take down everything that could make me look. I'm not suspicious. I'm obviously not a suspicious person. It's just these days, just talking about racism can get you in trouble.
I had a friend who made comments online, like on Facebook, about ICE right during the killing of the ICU nurse. And what is so effed up is that somebody looked at her account and got her fired from her job, which is in real estate. Just completely no relation.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the world we live in today. And that's why I'm like, I actually kind of have to be on my P's and Q's because we don't really have free speech anymore. You know what I mean? So I don't know, I might get banned for this blog too. We'll see. For this podcast, I mean.
Well, I'm kind of just out there. I'm like, if somebody wants to fire me from my job, I'm already 6 seasons in. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
luckily for you,
that shit passed a long time ago.
Ha-ha.
I'll just go back to being underemployed, motherfucker. I only need you, kind of.
Me for me.
Just go back to ramen. I like ramen.
Oh my God. So let me describe to you. So there's a woman in the show, in the Rev, that was called Winter, and it's when there's snow falling. It's really beautiful. There's an aerial cage act and an aerial rope act and an aerial pole act. The rope was hanging from like a bell. The pole was like a street lamp, you know.
Oh, I remember this moment.
It's really beautiful.
Actually.
And the music gets very quiet and soft and it's snowing. It's a very beautiful moment in the show. There are all these like mini solos. I'm sure if I had stayed in the show longer, I would have ended up doing all three because I was working on my aerial pole one right before I left. But anyway, so there's not a ton of Black people in the Rev. I was the only Black woman, and I think the second one in their whole history. And there were a few Black guys. Not all of them identified as being Black, by the way. Some of them were Hispanic, and they just didn't take that identification on. And there was one Black American guy, so he was like the for sure Black guy who owned it. And this was before I arrived there. They had asked him to do the aerial cage act, you know, because whatever. There was one guy who did it for like many years. And then eventually they started asking other people to like give this guy a break. You know, you can create an act too. And what's nice about these solos is you can create your own solo. You know what I mean? It's unique to you, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, amazing.
And same thing with Angel Baby. You could create your own with that. And so he did. He created his aerial cage act. It probably looked amazing because he's amazing. And, you know, according to his story, like, you know, when you do rehearsals and you're about to go in the show with this, you have to do an on-stage rehearsal. So they all see you and then they approve it. And then you're in the show with it. So the other part I didn't tell you about this choreography is the aerial cage act guy would usually roll around in a container of chalk. So when he's doing the act, it looks like snow is falling off of his body too. Like he's just a ball of snow. So he did that. This guy did that as well. And all of the creative looked at this and went, oh my God, we cannot have a crusty Black man in a cage.
You guys should see how much Diva Dari is laughing right now.
It's just funny. It's like, because part of me is like, I understand why they couldn't do it. But also it's art and maybe no one would have thought twice about it.
Yes. Did you like this person in that act?
He didn't end up doing it. So what happened was they cut it. They cut him from it. He never got to perform it. And this made him really sad.
And did you see it yourself, the act performed in rehearsal?
I never saw his version of it. This happened before I arrived. Then when I arrived and I had done when I came, I did my in-person, like the audition for this fair act that I didn't end up doing. I did the audition for that. The end part of that audition was like, just get up there and improv. At that time in my life, I was really in my aerial bag. And so I improv the crap out of it. Like they just loved my improv. They thought I was super creative. And that's when the aerial coach came to me. He came to me after I got hired and I was in the show. I kept seeing this aerial chair up there and I wasn't really like paying attention or whatever. I also saw the cage. I climbed up in the cage and did a bunch of stuff in it. He was like, "Oh, no, that's not for you. But you see that chair? That's for you." And I was like, what are you talking about? Because no one told me I was going to be doing another act. And he was just like, "Yeah, that chair is for you." Come to find out that instead of completely cutting Eric from the act, like, the aerial coach, he really wanted to give Eric a replacement. He wanted to give him something. And so he wanted to give him this aerial chair act. And it's a new apparatus, so it has to go through all these channels to be approved to be in the show.
Yeah.
And it's hard to sell it as just a apparatus for one person in the show. So when I arrived as the second
Right, they decided for it to
black
be
person,
a duet.
not a duet, but like at least it would be used more than once or more than for just one person.
So I see. Like more than once in the show.
Black person apparatus.
Listen, I think you guys would have been a ridiculously beautiful
we probably
duet.
We should have thought about that, to do it in the show. But yeah, so that's how I ended up doing this aerial chair act. I had a lot of fun with that, creating with my aerial coach. Because it took for months to be approved, and so during that time, we created like maybe 5 different versions of an act before I actually went on stage with this thing, and we did the version that was performed. So I got to do a lot of research and development. There's so much content that I created out of it. I basically learned how to choreograph with him, and that was such an incredible learning process of, and the cast would help me come up with transitions, like, because there's an incredible wealth of knowledge amongst this cast of people who've been there, from Le Rêve from the beginning. They were in one of the originals, the whole creative process. Like they've done shows before Le Rêve, all this stuff, and like what an experience it was to get all of this help and knowledge and insight from people who've just been around and been doing it. And so it was an incredible academic experience almost, and so I just wanted to talk about that act.
Aerial chair, my friend Leslie Vaughn, she has an act on an aerial chair, but besides that, I haven't seen this apparatus.
There's also Miguel Garcia did it for a long time too. He was also in Le Rêve. And he went on to do like stunts and stuff, but he still moonlights as an aerialist sometimes. And he was really doing the aerial chair for a while as well after. But yeah, it is kind of unique. My friend Alex does it now too, a little bit, but it is still rare. I know I just named like 3 people.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely still rare. Okay. Okay, can I ask you a smattering of questions? This can be a lightning round, but I don't know. Maybe these questions are too deep for it to be lightning.
We'll see.
How have you learned to be effective and successful, even if you're the only one in the room who looks like you? Because I had to answer these same questions for something.
I just pulled really?
Them up they were good ones. Yeah.
How did I do that? It depends on the situation and depends on what part of my life we're talking about, because I probably wasn't that good at it in my younger part of my life. Like, I don't think I did a good job at it.
Yeah, like I got better at it as I got older,
you know what I mean? Like I was sort of the only one at Le Rêve. And I mentioned to you last time that it was like one of the most incredible racist experiences of my life was being there. Because the cast members just felt free to say whatever the hell they wanted to be. They thought it was funny. Everybody, anything thought they had in their brain that was racist, they tested it out on me.
Oh my God. Mean-heartedly or just ignorant?
I think more ignorant. Like they thought it was funny. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But when you're like the only Black person and you're a barrage of these jokes constantly, you're just like, I clearly don't belong, and you're making me feel othered and ostracized. And I didn't have that kind of language at the time to be like, I feel othered. Can you stop that?
Yeah.
It was just more in the moment shock. you know, and not having the appropriate responses, especially because you know this is your job, you're trying to stay there, you're trying to not be fired,
Yeah.
like all of
Yeah.
this goes through your brain, and you just end up taking it a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And are there like dog whistles? Like, are there a lot of things that are kind of like it's said one way, and maybe like some people don't really see how a word is over time in America historically, just like it means something really derogatory. You know what I'm saying? And it's gotten to the point where people don't even realize they're saying it. But can I tell you that I grew up with all white kids, and I was like 100% like white adjacent the whole time, just to survive, kind of. And I saw my friends from high school recently at our reunion. We had a high school reunion, and it just occurred to me because I have so much confidence now, right? I'm like cocky about it. Like we've gotten to this place, you guys. And I was just like, and they love me too. And I was just like, why the hell didn't I just approach this? And I know why. It's because I wasn't where I am today. If I had just gone in there every single day and just abused the shit out of them for being as white as they are, I would have had a way different experience. Like I should have taken the aggressor almost like, but from a fun perspective, like, oh my God, what do you get how many white people does it take in, to screw a light bulb in? I'm literally the only person who's not white in the school. And I just like walk into this reunion and I just hit them with one thing after another. Everybody's laughing. They're like, and it's nothing to them. But for me, I was just like, I feel free now. Like I feel like,
I don't know if I feel free. I feel like there's still time in my life.
Well, with those people,
maybe people still shock me. You'll be surprised at how this still happens to this day. I was just telling a couple other girlfriends. I'm not going to rehash that story, but people still surprisingly tell me things that they don't realize is racist all the time. And then I'm still there with my jaw on the floor that they said that and just kept it moving because they thought this was the most. You agree, right, Dari? Like. They thought that was the most normal, natural thing, and it makes sense, right? Don't you agree? And you're just like, no. One thing that I try to do now, and I don't know why you're preparing these questions, and maybe you're trying to do that too, like trying to be like a visible person of color in the community.
Yeah, I mean, I was given that question.
Right. Yeah, and I feel like, I've also like, I was part of, I don't know if you're doing it for the same thing, but I was part of the Seesaw micro grant committee at one point.
No, not the same thing, but yeah, when you're a leader and a minority leader, this is what happens,
I'm trying to be more involved as a minority leader in the circus community because there are people younger than me coming up behind me, and I'm trying to be better about it. I even felt a moment when we were judging that aerial competition. I know you know what I'm talking about, but there were some amazing people that we saw that were like some amazing kids that were like, damn, that Asian girl was really good. Or like, damn. And we would try to speak up for it, when we're trying to like, all right, who do we really like here? Who do we really like? Who do we want to give awards to? Who do we want to give awards to? And you and I were really trying to shout out the kids of color that are doing excellent, and it just like wasn't landing in the room. I felt like it. I don't think they notice they're doing it a lot of times. Not that this is a racist thing. It's just we tend to like the people that look like us, and and maybe not everyone is aware of representation and inclusivity and trying to get more people of color involved or recognizing their excellence in these spaces where they're not usually recognized.
Girl, I found myself in the opposite position kind of recently, a couple of years ago when I was at the Loft, because I was choreographing one of these student showcases, and my favorite girl in the air is the Asian girl. And the thing is, it's like, it doesn't matter who you are. I think this happens. You see somebody who is reflecting something that's kind of like you, and it pricks your eye.
Yeah.
Like she, like low key, she was my favorite mover in the entire air during that number. And there was this other white girl who was very aware that I was leaning towards somebody else. as my favorite. And none of this was said because it was all
Yeah.
subconscious. But I found myself like going home being like, am I favoritizing this person? Because,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But then I was like, at the end, sorry guys, I was like, it doesn't happen very often. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the girl I'm talking about, both girls, how often did they get favoritized the opposite way in society? Probably 9 out of 10 times, right?
Yeah.
Because I
You need
am in a position
someone
of
like you
leadership.
to
And
go along.
yeah,
Yes,
that girl needed me.
absolutely. And I think that that's our roles now, and that is great.
When are you done?
Hey, Bean, are you off the phone?
No.
Okay, listen. I told you 7 o'clock.
What?
We are on track to go
6:30.
to the park at 7 o'clock. Don't come in here crazy. Go. All right, you're talking to your girlfriend. She's got a girlfriend. She's in kindergarten. She's already FaceTiming. But it gives me time.
Yes, we have. She's so adorable.
So, you know, we get into this conversation a lot because, I mean, one of my goals in my entire career is to lift up this topic for sure. But yeah, I also get asked that a lot. And I'm sure if I was like, when my friend Yamize here, she's you know, a face in the trans aerial community. She's going to get asked that question every single time too. So
what was the question specifically?
The question was, when you're in the room and you're the only person who looks like you, what made you effective and successful? What are the things? What did you choose to do?
That is a hard question to answer. Sometimes being effective and successful involves you being a wallflower in that moment. You know?
Yeah.
And
sometimes it's being strong and wrong.
And sometimes it's being strong and wrong. Sometimes silence will help you in that situation, and other times speaking up would really help you in that situation. It just kind of depends on the situation. But any person of color will tell you they've had to do both. They've had to do it all for survival at some point. You know, that's the honest answer. The honest answer is sometimes you'll be in shock and not really have a proper response. And in other times you will have a well-rehearsed, amazing response that you came up with in your shower one day and was just ready to go with it as soon as you felt attacked in some way. But yeah.
You know what is so satisfying? When I have that couple times in my life where somebody's come at me wrong and I have the perfect response right at the tip of my tongue for that moment, because it rarely happens.
It rarely happens.
So it's sweet. It rarely happens because later on you're like, I should have said this. I should have said that.
But if you're not being attacked and everything is chill, just being you is enough. You are already doing all you need. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
You are a person of color. You are in the room. You are qualified to be there. Do you. Just do you.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this. I love this, young people. Look at that. Okay, ready? What do you think are 3 qualities, skills, or areas of knowledge that were most impactful in your career? I know. I'm scooping them out at you because I have them written down right here.
Did you answer these questions for yourself? You did.
I did.
It out.
I did. But I wasn't asked on the spot and you know what I'm saying?
I think about it. And
I had time to think about it. So 3 qualities, skills, or areas of knowledge that were most impactful in your career. So 3 things that really helped.
One is the obvious kind of strength and skill building, because you have to be good at what you do in order to back up what you're saying about yourself. But more than that, it's your mental state.
Yeah, mental toughness.
Not just toughness,
maybe?
but yes, toughness. Like when you're performing, you know how you get nervous and you start thinking about all the things that can go wrong, or you know what I mean? And like sometimes you can mess up, you can do this and da 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 da. It takes a certain amount of practice to kind of meditate and visualize, like an athlete, everything going well in order to produce everything going 99% well. Of course, yeah, shit might happen and
yes,
1 or 2 things might go wrong, but for the most part, not losing your crap out there is because of all of the mental, it's not just physical, it's a lot of mental work that you have to do to regulate your system, keep your mind clear, keep your mind calm and in control when you're performing. And the third thing is learning how to make good connections and marketing yourself. It will help you in the long run as a performer who's freelancing.
Yeah, it's always a marketing problem.
That's how I look at always tough for me, especially because I feel shy on social media. And the connections thing, you know, for a very long time, I used to be that person who just thought, I just need to be good. That's it. And I would show up and do the aerial job, be really good, and go home. Meanwhile, Susie over there, I just made up a name. Susie is learning everybody's names, getting to know them, maybe bringing some cookies one day to rehearsal. And
that was 100% me to make up for the fact that, like, I felt like I was lacking in a lot of other ways. No, listen.
But
listen.
Goes such a long
I'm
way.
telling you.
I'm so jealous of those people because the next time that person has a job, they call in Susie. They didn't call me. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's the connections it's such a big difference. And it took me too many years to realize that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really good at that part. I recognized it. And it's not because I will never say that I'm not talented. I know that I have a certain amount of talent, but there are people out there, and you know what I'm talking about. They're just all talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they are a special like entity of talent. I was just like, I was talent, and then I brought everything else to the table, and then we can kind of even the score. You know, we can kind of even the playing field. At that
you know
point,
what? It's
if you're
smart
doing all that stuff too,
because it's not just all about the talent. And many people that I know have proven that to me over and over and over again. I would see them work all the time, and I'd be like, "Oh my God!" But I'm so much more skillful than this person. My lines are better. I'm more smooth. I'm this, that.
Yeah.
How is she always the one? How is this person? You know what I mean? And you know why? Because you were on the gig with her, and what was she doing? She was busy talking to everybody. She was busy getting to know everybody, and it only works if it comes from a genuine place. Some people are just better at it than others. I'm sure for you, it's coming from a genuine place. You are a very sociable person. You're very social.
I have 3 podcasts.
Seriously.
For what reason? Exactly.
And you've gotten to know me a little bit now. I obviously love to talk, but I like talking to my friends. You know what I mean? It is hard for me to strike up a conversation with someone I think is my superior and just try to get to know them and feel like it's coming from a genuine place. That I struggle with that. I still struggle with that to this day.
Okay. How do you, Diva Dari, keep your creativity alive? What are some skills to get you out of your ruts when you have ruts?
I just like to expose myself to everything. Yeah, I don't know if I have ruts. My ruts are usually due to laziness and lack of training consistently, but I don't think I have creative ruts because I feel like I'm always watching everything on TV, reading lots of books, listening to lots of music, watching a lot of other airlists on social media, because that kind of sparks your brain too, right? Sometimes you get inspired by stuff that you see. And like sometimes I'll hear this song that I really, really like. I'm like, oh, I gotta make an act to this song. And like, you know, like sometimes there's things that I want to bring across, and I just sit down and like right now I have I don't have a solution for this yet, so this will be a creative challenge, but I do like these challenges. I told you that I'm performing my aerial drum act again for the San Francisco Aerial Arts Festival this year. I've performed it before, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and so this time I want it to be more developed, which means I have to work on it. And because of the times that we're in, I want to make it political in some way. And I do not know how I'm going to do that yet. I'm really excited about the prospect of figuring that out. Like that excites me. You know what I mean? So yeah, creative rut. Yeah, give yourself a goal. Give yourself a goal. Even creating the aerial drum. I didn't know what I wanted. I knew that I wanted something that felt a little Black specific, and not that Africans are the only civilization on earth with drums, but it is a huge symbol of Black ancestry, the African drum. And so I took a bunch of brainstorming. I knew what I wanted out of it. I'm like, I want something that feels cultural, that feels Black specific. I want to create an apparatus. Did I have the apparatus in mind yet? No, it took me like a year to think about it before I came up with like, I know what I want. I want a drum in the air, an African drum. So sometimes creativity comes from brainstorming, or just having it on your mind every day, and it will click. It will come, whatever rut then you're in, that whatever it is you're trying to figure out, it'll come. But yeah, you have to kind of practice creativity.
You have to practice. For me, ain't nothing like a deadline. Ain't nothing like a deadline, because let me tell you, I will procrastinate it until the last possible moment. And then it will just magically happen. And I'm like, damn, that was really, I like these ideas, but had I not had that deadline, it wouldn't have gotten done.
I'm such a procrastinator as well. And so, yes, I can totally see that. And I've been known to make an act or two in a day and a half. That is totally me.
Yeah. Can I tell you I talked about this a little bit last episode with Noah, but Bean was in the room and she got mad at me because I'm giving my students, my 7, 8, and 9-year-old students at the Arium, a Super Mario Brothers act. And she's really mad at me because she doesn't want me, she's like, that's for her, not for them. And I'm for her and not for them. But girl, I got these kids dressed up like each one of the characters. They pick their character. They have the whole fucking thing on. And then it goes, dum, ba da 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 da, bam. And the whole thing starts. It's like the orchestra, right? I mean, it's not a real orchestra. It's a track. And then like 1 minute in, it goes, dun, dun, dun. And then Bowser comes out. I'm Bowser. And these kids only know like 3 skills, right? And like I've been training them for a year and a half, and they can do double footlocks, they can do some lira, and they can like climb, which is the most important thing. Like every class they climb so much. Yeah. Okay. So then for them to get into their double footlocks, which takes a hot minute, Diva Dari, Bowser is chasing them up the fabric, and the music is like dun 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of that, I have a duet with Peaches to Jack Black's Peaches. And then, did you ever play the game when you were a kid?
I did not.
Whatever, when you were younger. They have the song dun 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 dun. It's like the like you go really fast, and they're just spinning for their lives at the end until they die. Until they their character dies in the game. And they just fall out on their mat.
Yeah, I may not have played, but I do know the songs. I miss choreographing for kids. Actually, it's really fun.
I mean, I don't. I mean, the process to get to this, because it had to satisfy a couple things. They have to be excited about it, which I got them excited about it. It has to be the right timing for them to be able to do their skills. And I don't want the audience to wait for, quote unquote, wait for them to get into their skills, because it will take forever.
And so you created some distractions. You created some...
Yes. And I'm so tickled by this because I'm so tickled. I'm also asking for forgiveness and not permission, because my director, who's Dara Minkin, she's an artiste. Like the last time we did a show, the theme was Egypt. And if you stepped outside the bounds of that, like having lyrics in your act, she was like mad at me. So I'm asking for, what is it? Yes, forgiveness, not permission, to do this act, because it's going to be delightful.
Oh, delightful. So lame. Ugh, no. You can't have that.
Well, no, she doesn't want lyrics. I want some lyrics if I need it.
That's, yeah.
If I need it, if I can find a track where there's no lyrics and we feel like we're not missing it,
It's different.
that's different. Anyways, okay. Big question. My last question. Artist entrepreneur. So that's what we are. Yeah. We're business people. And I feel like one of the biggest problems artists have is they don't realize they need to be an entrepreneur.
I'm one of them for sure.
Are you? What's that journey?
Their journey ends up being like trying to learn business things late in life, even though I've been doing this for 18 years. And it's like, why am I just now trying to figure out how to market myself further? I'm actually, I don't even know if I'm even doing it yet. My aerial friend, Elena, who you've also interviewed.
Elena Brook.
Yeah, she's like actively taking marketing courses and
marketing classes.
And I'm like,
God,
damn, do I need to start doing this? Because whenever I talk to her about my ideas of like, oh, and I'm gonna do like this honey books thing, and then I'm gonna have like this brochure so that when anybody like inquires, and I'll just send them the brochure and they'll be able to see all the things I do and how it's priced and how I'd like to layer these prices on top of each other. It'll make so much sense. And she'd just be looking at me like, you should probably take this course. You should take this course. I'm finding that so another thing that I've been avoiding for my entire career is LLCing, and I finally did it this year. I don't even know if I have any jobs lined up, but the point is.
But you're protected even if you don't.
Yeah, I'm also finding like there's certain companies that you work for. Like if they come from like a big company, they just. Especially if you end up hiring other performers. This is the thing. If they have to send you a bunch of money to pay like 5 other aerialists, they don't love giving it to just a human. They want it to be like an entity. So it just behooves me to do this. And as I move into trying to move into a more choreography, creative directive space, like I'm probably going to be in this position more and more of having to pay other people. And I just don't want this to be a hindrance. And it also kind of legitimizes you. It kind of makes you sound a little
you're legit, dude.
Profesh when you have a company name and you're not just Darielle Williams. They're like, who? Like,
what's the name of your company?
Gosh, I try to keep it a little bit vague by calling it DDA Creative.
Yeah. Mine's We Enterprises.
Oh, nice. Inc. We Enterprises. Oh, I love that.
I know, me too. My dad liked it when he was like, "Oh, my name," because it's like I never changed my name when I partnered. So he's like, "Oh, that's my name too." You know what I'm saying? But you're a really good person to ask advice for this, because I feel like your experience is more common, where the artist is like, oh, I need to be a business person. So knowing what you know and how you went through your process, what would you say to other people who feel the same way?
To learn those things early on that I'm now behind in. Like, maybe do take that marketing course, a business course or something. I had to ask a lot of advice from people too, like whether to do a corporation or an LLC. Like you kind of have to know like different types of businesses to understand like what it is you actually want to create for yourself. Another thing that I needed to learn early, not anymore, but in the early days of my performing life, it was impossible to market myself because I had no videos. I was one of those people who never videoed anything. This was like, social media was still kind of new or whatever. And we weren't as obsessed with our phones as we are today. And I would do a performance and just walk away from it. No video. This went on forever. And then I ended up in Le Rêve on the Beyonce tour, finished the Beyonce tour, back out into the world as a freelancer, and had, other than all my cool Le Rêve and Beyonce stuff, which was really great, but I didn't have like a silk act to show you. I couldn't get a normal job because I didn't have video. And so if you're just starting out, very important to get video, very important. And also that social media is important to market yourself because that's where most people are looking, and it's going to come up in their algorithms and the hashtags and all that jazz. But it's still important to have a website. A website is also something I took a long time. I think I started mine in pandemic, but probably would have been better if I had started it earlier. So just all of the things that sound really obvious, but maybe don't be in denial about it like I was.
Do you like to get pictures taken? Because I was a picture hell.
So you have a lot of photos.
I would take.
I'm actually still
Oh my
lacking in
God.
aerial photos. I don't have a ton of aerial photos. Thank God Aerial Physique did a photo shoot of me in pandemic, because I actually don't do a lot of aerial photo shoots. Maybe I should go back to them.
Well, I mean, it's because I had two guy friends who were always wanting to do photo shoots. And they were like my platonic friends. I could trust them. Like I felt comfortable. And I got so many good pictures.
Like aerial or just in general?
Both. And like, I probably should do it again. And I thought I was done having to take pictures. And then all these workshops, they're like, send me your photos for our website. And like, not to say I can't use these aerial photos. Like it's just been a split. But like, I should probably take new ones because I should probably take new ones. Yeah. You got to be a picture whore a little. I was a picture whore.
I thought so much about videos that I'm really lacking in the photo department now. And like, now that I'm back in the pole world, I have no good pictures of me on pole. Like all of my pole pictures are from 15 years ago, except for that one pandemic rooftop aerial pole shoot that I did. And every time I have to perform aerial pole, they use the same picture. All I did. I really need to do some photo shoots. Like, I don't know what my deal is, but I got to think.
Well, let's be honest. I need to focus on my flexibility training for about 6 months, then do a photo shoot, because right now I'm stiff from me. I'm stiff from me.
Yeah.
I look fine. It's just, it doesn't feel as
I'm sure
effortless and gooey, ooey, gooey.
But yeah, even when I made my little digital brochure and stuff like that, like I'm advertising because I do have aerial nets.
You have all the things. You just need to take pictures and all of it.
Do I have a photo of me in an aerial net? No. Do I have and so then I'm using like, I don't have any pictures of me in a hammock, by the way. Not one picture of me in a hammock. I'm using like still shots from video. It's really sad. It's really ghetto. So,
Dari, I can send you 5 pictures of me in a hammock right now. Boom.
If you were to learn anything from me, is don't do what I'm doing. Please have photos and videos of the actual acts you're trying to sell. Oh man, I need to do a photo shoot. Thank you for reminding me of that.
Well, let me tell you, this round was great, Diva Dari. Aren't you glad you jumped on without any notice that you're going to be on the next week?
She just texted me like 30 minutes ago. Clearly, I have no life.
No, it's easier when we don't plan it. When we don't plan it, it's like 4 months later, we have a date in the calendar. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this has been a pleasure. I'm going to take Bean on her little walk to the park because I promised. This was a pleasure as always.
A pleasure. Carrie, you're a joy to chat with.
You're a joy. Look at this.
Gab. Gab all day.
Gift of Gab. All right, Dari, have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find Amanda Ritchie at Grounded in Flight on Instagram and at Noah Doc on Instagram, as well as Red Flags app. And me, Carrie Wee, you can find at wrapyourheadaroundsilks.com. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. We have so much more coming at you, including guests that are in this art world that are blazing their way through new businesses and, just more banter from us. Thank you for listening. This is The Artist Entrepreneur.